everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we're gonna be making a cake. So I already filmed this video before, but I didn't get to finish it because my mom's family decided to come and it was just all over the place. Today I'm making a cake. So it is a strawberry tres leches cake. The girl that I got the recipe from on TikTok, I will leave her TikTok on the thing. That's where I got it from. It's different than hers, but I got the inspiration from her. Okay, so all you're gonna need is strawberry cake mix. I use Betty Crocker cake mix. We ain't doing anything from scratch here because we lazy. And then whatever you need on the thing, I substitute water for milk because it just tastes better. Okay? Okay. So, now we're going to start mixing. And not somebody texting me. We're gonna start mixing and whipping it up in the kitchen. So I'm going to add my cake mix. If I can open it. Oh, I need the scissors to open the thing. You're back. My mom, we're making menudo for tomorrow. So if you hear all the water noises, it's because she's washing the meat. So I have the mix here, pretty. Okay. So now I'm going to add in the eggs. So I like to crack them separately because you never know when you're going to get shells. Also, by the way, I already washed my hands, okay? Yeah. So don't come at me. So this mix calls for 3 eggs. I do kind of like that. Yeah. You can add them in there. So, I forgot to put on my apron. This is not professional at all. BRB. Apron on, period, as I should. So this is the Rosanna Pansino apron from her line with Wilton, period. She's a queen. So we're just gonna... What the... Okay, you know what? Let's tie it in the back. I was trying to do this little cute bow. Didn't happen. So now that we have our professional apron on, I was trying to find the word. Now we can start baking and cracking and stirring and everything. Okay, so now we're going to add the oil, and this cake mix needs half a cup. So we're going to go ahead and add a half cup of oil. It says vegetable oil. I just use any oil. So, yeah. So half a cup. Okay. So now we're going to add a full cup of milk. I just use regular 2% milk. Yeah. Now we have that down. We're gonna use our trusty dusty KitchenAid and mix this all up. So let's get to mixing. So now that it's all smooth and we get all the lumps, I'm going to go ahead and go with the spatula and make sure to mix everything together, combine it together, like all the little, like the little pieces of like flour and stuff that stays like on the side. And make sure to put it in the bowl. And then I go in again real quick with the mixer and combine it all together. So now that everything is, you know, combined and everything, we're gonna go ahead, get these eggs out of the way. We're gonna go ahead and prep our weight. We're gonna preheat the oven Oh my god, the cable. Oh my god, oh my god. So now we are going to prep our station here. So I'm going to go ahead and put those out of the way to wash them and get the mixer out of the way for now. So I'm going to put aside the batter. So I'm going to use a glass. This is a 33 by 23, so it's bigger than your average cake pan. So I'm going to use some cooking spray. This is canola cooking spray from Costco. Ham works the same, I guess, because it's cheaper and bigger. So I'm going to give the whole pan a spritz with this. You have to make sure to get you have to make sure to get all the corners and the crevices and everything, because you don't want your cake to break. So now I'm going to do this trick that I always did. I just add a bit of okay, the cooking spray got to me. Anyways, so I'm going to add a bit of just raw plain flour, just like a little handful, and kind of spritz it all over the pan. Again, this helps for the cake not to stick. Sometimes it cooks through in the oven, but sometimes you just have loose flour at the end and you just dust it off on your cake. So now I'm going to go ahead and dump my cake into the baking pan. So now that I have it in the pan, I like to give it a little jiggle and tap it a few times on the counter or on the table or whatever, just so the air bubbles go through and come up to the top and don't stay at the bottom. It is ready to go into the oven, so let's go put it in the oven. So it is in the oven now. It is about to bake away. So I set a timer for 28 minutes, and then that's when I check on it and see if it needs more or not. So I will see you then. So I went ahead and took out the cake and put it on this cooling rack so it could fully cool from both ends. So now I'm going to go ahead and bake the other one. So I'm going to make the second cake now, so yeah. I just realized I don't have my apron on because I had went outside because a friend had came and we were talking outside, and I don't have my apron on because I took it off because it's kind of embarrassing to go outside to your friend with an apron on, you know? Into the oven she goes. So it is chilling in the oven, and I will see it in 28 minutes. So second cake is out of the oven and on the rack to fully cool down completely. So I have both cakes right here. This one is completely cooled already. Just waiting on this one, and yeah. It is actually already close to midnight, so I'm going to go ahead and go to bed and everything, and we will frost and assemble and milk the cakes tomorrow to finish it up for tomorrow. So whoa, it is the next day and I am currently baking. So I already took out the cakes. I already have one in the milk bath, soaking up the milk, which is just condensed milk and evaporated milk mixed together and just pour it on top. You can add regular milk too if you don't want it that sweet, but I just leave it like that because, well, I like sweet. So, I also cut up some strawberries. Let me show you that. Cake in the milk bath. This is the milk to use, and I have cut up strawberries for the middle right here. So I have the cream whipping here. This is the Frosting Pride, the vanilla one. So I have 2 of them. Hopefully this is enough. If not, I will also beat the other one. So yeah. That's how I do the milk bath part. So I poke holes with a fork all throughout the cake. And I go horizontally and vertically. Just, you know, doesn't have to be perfect. I've cut through cake before, like a chunk, and it's fine. It turns out fine. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead, that's chile, and take my milk concoction here. And I have it in the measuring cup because it has a spout, so it's easier to pour. But like baking supply stores, or you can even order them online, there's like spray bottles that are meant for cakes, like for simple syruping cakes, so they're moist, which you can also purchase. So I go all the way around the border of the cake, and I usually focus it more on the border on this top layer because it usually cracks in the center, but I still add a bit in the center just so it gives that moist and not dry feeling. So I use about 2/3 of the milk bath on the first layer, on the bottom layer, and then the rest I let it on this one. So now I'm going to go ahead and assemble cake. So I have my bottom layer here on my cake pan. I don't have any boards. I usually make it on the cake. This is a cookie sheet, and so there I have the cake. So now I'm going to go ahead and bring my frosting over. So like I said before, I went ahead and whipped up the cream in my stand mixer, my KitchenAid stand mixer, just because it's easier. I mean, it does the job for you. You don't have to like, what's it called? You don't have to, you know, with any mixer or a whisk. So I'm going to go ahead and take some, just a good dollop. I usually take about 3 good dollops of this, and I put it as a base layer. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And so I'm going to take my little spatula here and just spread it all around this cake. And if I need more, just add more. So this is what it is looking like. I just kind of layer the icing over it. Now I'm going to go ahead and put on the strawberries. So I have the strawberries all nice and chopped up here. Obviously my hands are clean, and I just start, oh, I'm not even filming. I just start putting the strawberries all over the cake. So yeah, I put a very thin layer of crema on top as well. I just kind of messily put it on there very thinly. So now I'm going to go ahead and put the top layer on top and frost the rest of the cake. Here comes the tricky part, which is turning the cake on top of the other cake. To do this, I'm going to use a cookie sheet. And I already used it to put the other cake on the other cookie sheet. So I'm going to wipe it down a little bit just because there's a little bit of milk on it and I don't want any milk to spill out. So now I'm going to turn the cake that's been in the milk bath right here. I'm going to turn it over to this pan. Just give it a quick 1, 2, and flip. And so there we go. So now what I'm going to do is, a trick I do is I align the cake. Again, my hands are washed. I already washed them. I align the cake to the edge of the pan right here, just to flop it on top of the other one. And I align it with the other cake, and then just flip it on top. And there we go. Now that I have the layers on there, I'm going to go ahead and frost the rest of the cake. So what I do is I give it a thin coat all around the cake with the spatula, just massively, and then I go in with a piping tip, which today I'm going to be using the Rosanna with Wilton. I'm going to probably be using this big flower tip right here, and I go all around the cake just so it looks pretty and it's easier to make on my part. I'm going to go ahead and do the top first. I didn't put on my apron. So now I have the rough layer going on. Literally not perfect, just literally. Let me blend this out. Blend the makeup artist in me. Literally a mess. Oh, those are my toes. Literally a mess, just scraped on there, just to make the whole process a little easier. So I just, you know, there we go. So now I'm going to go ahead and pipe it. Oh my god, the camera is so bad. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and pipe on the frosting with a piping tip. I'm going to use the Row piping tip. This is her decoration set that came out a few years ago. I found it at the Dollar Tree and I had to get it. So I'm probably going to use this bigger tip right here. It also comes with baggies to use, so I'm going to go ahead and wash the tip real quick and I will be right back. So I went ahead and washed off the tip that I'm going to use, and so here I have a piping bag, so I'm going to measure out where I need to cut. And so the tip is big enough to not need the little adapter thing that you would need for like a bigger tip. So I just mark off kind of where I want to cut and go ahead and cut. So now I have my piping bag ready to go. So now I'm going to fill it up with frosting. And pro tip from Rosanna, I like to make the little cup. It just makes life easier. So now I'm going to fill up my bag. This frosting is getting a little loose. Oops. Now we are going to go ahead and get the frosting. So I just pipe around little dollops of the thing all over. So let's go ahead and do that. So this is the final result of the cake. This is what it turns out. I will get some footage of what it looks like once we cut into it. So it is really heavy. Oh god, hold on. Okay, that's better. So this is what it looks like. It's a little lopsided, but that's fine. We ain't no professional here. So this is what it looks like. I will get some footage once we cut into it so you guys can see the pretty pink color that's inside. So yeah, here's the cake. So this is what the inside looks like.
What flavor is this?
It's your mom.
So you guys should definitely try it out so you guys can eat it and try it and see for yourself. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure to give it a like and subscribe for future videos. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.